9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? We are back tonight to celebrate some fantastic awards this evening with the SFLm. I have Miss Ellie Dion as commissioner of the SFLm and DJ Kilgannon, head broadcaster, as well as everything else over in the SFLm as well. It is my honor and my privilege to come to you tonight with my 400th show to be able to present this special moment for everybody. So I really hope that you guys enjoy yourselves this evening and prepare for some fun tonight, okay? What's up, y'all? How you doing, sugars? It's good to see you.
Great to see you as always, Ashley.
Hey, man. Try to look all festive, try to do something a little mohawk and stuff, trying to keep it y'all young people.
Love it. Looking great, both of you.
You looking good as well, baby. All right.
That's so you, DJ.
Beautiful. Looks like we have some people in the comments already. Of course, your love, JW Hart showing first one in the building. What's going on, JW? CJ Haygood, howdy. Here we go. And of course, he had to put out his public service announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the face of the SFLm and your reigning, defending, undisputed champion is here. CJ Haygood has arrived. All right.
CJ.
And everybody was feeling the bongos. I knew they would. So, and when we go over the season, I'm sure it's going to be mentioned. But when I heard that song, I immediately thought of Ellie, and I really had to make sure that was.
I appreciate the nod to our first week snafu. That's very appropriate.
I love you. Horizon Downfall, what's going on? Great to see you. You can put your player name up there. I would love to know who you are. Goosebusters in the building. What's going on, Goose? Good to see you. Here to show some support. All right, so let's give a brief review, guys, of the SFLm season 12. It's in the books now. And I would love for you guys to give us some highlights and maybe some areas of improvement before we get to the awards this evening.
Well, I mean, I know that we spoke briefly the last time I was on about how I would rank myself as SFLm commissioner, I gave myself a solid B plus because there is some markable room for improvement, especially in the speed of things and having things set up prior to broadcasts, the technical difficulties, which some were avoidable, some were not avoidable. The unavoidable ones, obviously, we chalk that up to life. Overall, I think this season went actually really well, considering it was my first as commissioner, sitting at the top of the chain, making the big decisions and having to make sure, I don't just keep myself in mind, but I keep my staff in mind, I keep my teams in mind, everyone, coaches, players, and the community as a whole too. So everything we did this season was to, try and provide for the next season of the SFL.
Love it. DJ, any words to add before we get started?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the talent was great, watching pretty much all the games. The talent was great. The product we put out was great. Like Ellie said, despite technical difficulties, which are going to happen, our players and fans, they understand. They hold strong with us. We got through it. And, I'm more excited to see where we can go from here. With the Philadelphia leaving, that only leaves room for more teams, more players. A bunch of people have joined in ever since the free agency frenzy show. So a bunch of new faces coming in. Yeah. People in the server that I've seen are going to make players that haven't yet. Super exciting stuff.
Indeed. SFL is growing. That's all we ever wanted it to do, and looks like we have the right people at the helm. So big ups to both of you. Goose is surprised that you're dressed up, apparently,
Got a dress to impress, Goose. Come on.
It says, just glad DJ and his family are all safe and hopefully doing better.
That's right.
That's right, man. All right, so let's get on to what people came here and have waited so patiently for this evening. And I first, before we start, I want to say I apologize because things kind of got a little hairy for me on my end. It was supposed to happen last Sunday. Things happened, but we're here for you tonight. Look good, play good, huh? All right.
He gets it.
All right. So, first award of the night will be the broadcaster of the season. Now, the SFL experience extends far beyond the field. Every week, broadcasters bring the action to life, telling the stories, capturing the excitement, and helping fans connect with players, teams, and most moments that make the league so special. This award recognizes a broadcaster whose professionalism, preparation, and passion elevated the viewing experience throughout the season. So, Ellie, who do we have?
So, the SFLm Season 12 Broadcaster of the Year award goes to none other than the incredible John Campbell.
All right, then. DJ, give us a little bit about John Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to picking out this award, right, one thing you got to look at from an outside point of view is, number of games, of course, and how they are as a broadcaster, right, what they bring to the experience. Because let's be honest, this league would be nothing if we were just sitting watching a football game, right? But we have voices that are there running us through everything, getting us excited, yelling when crazy plays are happening. And John does that to a T. He knows the game. He analyzes, one of the best in the business. He's just fantastic at it. He's called over a dozen games this season. That's best for second out of every broadcaster we have. He's covered for myself and others on multiple occasions. And, Ellie said it. Deep congratulations to a dear friend of mine and colleague, John Campbell.
All right, John. Congratulations, dear. SFLm Offensive Rookie of the Season. Making the jump into the SFLm is no easy task. New players must learn the league, adapt to faster competition, and prove they belong among some of the game's brightest young talents. This award recognizes a rookie who didn't just thrive, their contributions made an immediate impact and helped shape their team's success from day one. Ellie, who has this award, my love?
Oh, the season 12 SFLm Offensive Rookie of the Season goes to none other than San Jose Flight wide receiver Nick Finch Jr.
And looking at this one from an outside point of view, it's hard to pick just one with how many rookies are in the SFLm, because really the majority of your player pool is that it's going to be their first season. But when you really put it all together, there really came to about 3 finalists for this award. That being Nick Popovich, Nick Finch Jr., and Eden Lovelace. It was a tough choice between the 3, but Nick Finch Jr. was just phenomenal. He was the best receiver on the best team through the regular season. He finished with over 1,000 receiving yards. He had 1,018 receiving yards. That makes him good for top 3 in the entire league. He had 67 catches. He was just about at 100 yards per game when it came to receiving, and with 4 touchdowns as well. He was C.J. Haygood's, safety valve through and through. Of course, we don't take the postseason into consideration, but clearly that duo went on to do greater things in the postseason. But I mean, they dominated through the regular season, 8-2. It's hard to beat that.
Good stuff. Congratulations. SFLm Defensive Rookie of the Season. Defense requires discipline, awareness, and confidence. For a rookie, learning those responsibilities while competing against experienced opponents can be a tremendous challenge. The nominees for this award demonstrated maturity beyond their experience level and quickly established themselves as the difference makers on the defensive side of the ball. Ellie, who do we have?
So we have, for the SFLm Season 12 Defensive Rookie of the Season, is Oregon Waves strong safety Jojo Vasquez.
Oops. I'm sorry.
Y'all ever seen Men in Black? Get everything.
There he is. Y'all didn't see nothing. Y'all didn't see the first part.
Y'all saw nothing.
Nothing. Not a thing.
Jojo, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, picking defensive awards is always tough, right? Because you got to take different stats into consideration across different positions, right? When it came down to this one, names that were, coming to the end of the line, Jojo Vasquez, obviously, Chris Vasquez in San Jose, Chris Britton's over in Philadelphia. Chris Britton Jr. was fantastic. Tony Tomlinson in San Diego was great. But, man, Jojo Vasquez just exploded onto the scene in Oregon. I remember his first week and calling his name. It was just over and over and over again, constantly making plays. He led Oregon in tackles with 67, and that's also good for top 3 in the entire league. He had 6 tackles for loss from his safety position, as well as getting 9 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, and a defensive touchdown the other way. I mean, you can't ask for a better combination of a hybrid pass and run defending safety. He was a huge part of Oregon having a very solid core on defense.
Wanted to give him a little extra time, just then with Sean just a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, JoJo. SFLm Breakout Star of the Season. Every season brings surprises. Players who take that next step, exceed expectations, and suddenly become the names everyone across the league seems to know. The Breakout Star Award celebrates the players whose growth, development, and performance turned heads and proved that hard work truly pays off. Ellie, who earned consideration for this prestigious honor?
So the SFLm Season 12 breakout star of the season goes to none other than Dallas Sanders.
I was a little nervous.
Yeah. This was one that when I, really started looking into it and started looking up the stats for it, who made a big jump, Dallas Sanders completely jumped off the page, because when I think of the SFLm, it's all about being given an opportunity to make a name for yourself. The award is a great way to show the growth a player can have by participating in the SFLm, right? And as a UDFA, Dallas Sanders accumulated 30 catches, 347 receiving yards, if you include playoff stats in his 2 seasons in the SFL prior to coming down to this season of the SFLm, right? You look at this season of the SFLm, he over doubled his catches for his entire career in the SFL with 67, and he had 976 receiving yards, which over doubles his entire production for his SFL career. He also found the end zone 5 times, getting his first 5 touchdowns of his career down here. He's getting a lot of experience. He's developing a ton. This is someone that is clearly proving that they can be a huge threat at the next level, and especially seeing him over there in red, black, and green down south in Mexico, it's going to be a scary sight.
Indeed. Okay, go down the spirit. Okay. 1 second, y'all. All right. Congratulations. So we're on to the spirit of the SFLm award. Statistics help tell the story of football, but they don't tell the entire story. Some individuals leave a lasting impact, though, through their character, sportsmanship, leadership, and commitment to the community around them. The spirit of the SFLm award recognizes a person who embodies the values that make the league special, both on and off the field. Ellie, who's our winner for this evening?
The winner of the SFLm Season 12 Spirit of the SFLm Award goes to longtime SFLm member Carlos Carter.
Carlos! Woo!
Digging into this award, it's one that really takes your eyes off of the field and looks to a part of the league that's arguably more important than that, and that's what's done off the field, right? I look at Carlos Carter, like you said, a longtime SFLm member, someone who chose to play defensive end coming into the league. His team needed a linebacker. He made that switch and dominated, right? He was happy to make the switch. And I think the fact that, his leadership, how impactful he was to Philadelphia is shown by the fact that he is already a GM in the SFL. And the draft hasn't even happened. He's technically not even on the team, right? Not until a few days from now. He's so valuable to Philadelphia that they're using their 1 pick to ensure he makes it into their front office. He's active. He engages. He's the kind of guy that you want as one of the faces of your league.
Good stuff. Congratulations, Carlos. All right. On to, make sure I got that in order. Rising Star Coordinator Award. The Rising Star Coordinator Award. Coordinators are often the masterminds behind a team's success. They develop strategies, make crucial adjustments, and prepare players to perform at their highest levels every week. This award honors an emerging coordinator whose leadership, innovation, and football knowledge help elevate their team and showcase the bright future ahead. Ellie, who is our winner?
The SFLm Season 12 Rising Star Coordinator Award goes to the Boston Cavalry's defensive coordinator, Mr. Jesse Fretz.
Jesse!
A big congratulations to Mr. Fretz. This award was kind of brought in so we can give new coordinators the praise that they deserve, because the SFLm is just as much of an opportunity for coaches to make a name for themselves as it is for our players, right? Usually if you're coaching down in the SFLm, you're going to move up to the SFL in due time. That's just how the league works, right? There was really two people that fit the criteria for this award. It was Jesse and Iggy over in San Diego. And it really just came down to what was on the stat sheet. I could have flipped a coin and had it land either way, and I would have been happy with whoever it went to. But, I decided to dig a little bit deeper into the stats. You look at Boston, they finished with a 500 record, and they had a plus 47 point differential, which is the second best in the entire league, of course, behind San Jose. They had a great season. They were formidable. They had a great defense, led by, of course, Jesse, with not too many weapons. And, so congratulations.
All right, Jesse. Good deal, man. The Swole William Coach of the Season Award. Behind every successful team is a coach who inspires, motivates, and guides players towards achieving their full potential. Great coaches don't just create game plans, they build cultures, develop talent, and bring out the best in everyone around them. Named in honor of one of the league's most respected figures. This award recognizes coaches' excellence and excellence at its highest level. So, Ellie, let's hear the coach of the season.
It is my genuine pleasure to announce that the SFLm Season 12 Swole Williams Coach of the Season award goes to none other than San Jose Flight head coach Drew Reilly.
All right, Drew.
Like I said with the last one, it was a tough choice. This one, to put it frankly, was not. Drew Reilly was dominant with San Jose. It felt like an easy one from the second the regular season finished. San Jose finished with the best record, 8-2. They had a plus 98 point differential, which is just insane to me. They had the best point differential in the league, obviously the best record in the league, and they went on to win the championship. So it's hard to argue with that one there. But man, he's just such a tight knit group over there. Runs a great operation clearly, and all the props in the world to him.
Props indeed, boy. I don't know if you pay attention to them comments over there, man.
We'll talk after.
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah, this is hate and heat.
I'll show him the stats. I'll show him the stats that'll hopefully maybe shut him up.
My goodness. My goodness.
So
there's some hatred in those comments. Oh my god.
I won't bother explaining stats further. Oh, you didn't pick my team. Oh. Sorry.
SFLm. Okay. SFLm Defensive Player of the Season. As the saying goes, defense wins championships. While offensive players often grab the headlines, championship teams are built on defenders who stop drives, force turnovers, and make game-changing plays when the team needs them the most. Though this award honors the defensive player who set the standard for excellence and became a nightmare for opposing offenses throughout the season. Ellie, who won?
The SFLm Season 12 Defensive Player of the Season, we did get a sneak peek of this earlier, is none other than New York Gargoyles inside linebacker Mike Alberts, also a longtime member of the SFLm as well.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mike.
Earlier I had said that picking defensive awards is pretty difficult. This one was not. It was Mike Alberts all the way. Honestly, he was absolutely dominant. Calling New York games, he was there always. He was the only person to break 100 tackles. He had 102 of them. He also had 36 tackles for loss. 36. If you combined the second and third person in the league with tackles for loss, they only have one more than Mike. I mean, come on. He had 5 pass deflections, and he led the entire league in interceptions. I mean, come on. He was a monster. It was just
he did some crazy work.
It was just he was a huge part of why New York was as good as they were, second best in the league as far as record goes. He was just tenacious, really.
Gotcha. We got a lot of golf claps in here. Come on, man. All right, guys. Just want to see if anybody else was saying anything else. All right. So we are on to 1 second, dears.
You're all good.
Looks like my notes got a little bit screwed up a little bit. Here it is. The SFLm Offensive Player of the Season. Football is built on excitement, and nothing energizes a team or its fans quite like an offense. Whether it's a quarterback delivering pinpoint passes, a receiver making spectacular catches, or a playmaker finding the end zone, offensive stars help define a team's identity. This award recognizes the player who consistently created opportunities, produced results, and kept defenses awake at night all season long. So, Ellie, who is our lucky winner?
The SFLm Season 12 Offensive Player of the Season is New York Gargoyles wide receiver Nick Popovich.
Nick!
Yeah, I mean, looking at this award, it was certainly a little bit harder than Mike Albert's campaign. You had some great guys going up against him. You had C.J. Haygood, of course, Jim Hood, Nick Finch Jr., Eden Lovelace, right? All names that were brought up. Thomas Rahman over in Philly. But Popovich, I mean, it was hard to pick anyone than Mr. Triple Crown, right? He led in all major receiving categories. He had 86 catches, most in the league, 1,242 yards, most in the league, 9 receiving touchdowns, most in the league. And he averaged right at about 127 receiving yards per game. He also had the longest recorded touchdown of the season. You look at those stats and you think to yourself, dang, he must have some amazing quarterback play. And he did for a while. He had Joseph Lama II playing with him for a while. But then he left. And Nick Popovich was left with a generic quarterback for multiple weeks and was still producing consistently. Despite everything that was going on around him, despite the circumstances, he was always producing. And I feel he's very deserving of the award.
Congratulations, love. And he was actually in the chat. Let me pull that back up so y'all can see real quick. Much love, guys. Appreciate the words and recognition. All right, honey. All right. Now, I think this is one everybody's been waiting for. MVP. So, guys, put who you feel in the chat. Who you feel as the MVP while we get everything together for you. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna make them wait a little bit. I like this.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know.
I like that.
You waited so patiently. I mean, you already waited a whole week. You might as well wait a little bit longer.
You're right. You got some work emails to do. You know.
Yeah, you know, I can go cook a whole meal for us. That's what I should have did. Cook us something to eat. But
I could be down with that.
Yeah, I could also be down with that.
Yes,
I've seen you cooking on your shows, so I'm in.
Come on down to the house, Ellie. We probably have to go fly to see you. It might be cheaper, baby. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I know.
Okay, I know, baby. We'll get you over here somehow, some way. All right,
Team.
Indeed. The SFLm MVP Award. Every season, there are great players who put up an impressive numbers, highlight real plays, and help their teams win football games. But then there are the ones who rises above all the rest, a player whose impact is felt every single week and whose presence changes the course of a season. The Most Valuable Player Award represents excellence, leadership, consistency, and the ability to elevate everyone around them. This is the highest individual honor in the SFLm. To announce this year's MVP, Ellie, who took the honors?
The SFLm Season 12 Most Valuable Player of the Season award goes to San Jose Flight quarterback CJ Haygood.
CJ.
What'd you expect, guys? Come on. Let's be real here. I mean, did we think it was going to be anybody else? Come on. That's even a scout already. I mean, to put it plainly, CJ is that guy, right? I mean, on the field, he is a monster. He led the best team through the best regular season record. He had the best point differential. He led the league in completion percentage with 61.5. He was second in the league in passing yards. He was tied for first in passing touchdowns and only threw 8 interceptions. You know, you see a lot of these young guys come in and have the interception bug like crazy, but he kept it to a minimum, had an average QBR of 92. And thanks to his mobility and his O-line, of course, he only got sacked 5 times. And he was the only quarterback that managed to break 100 rushing yards. Not only did he get over 100 rushing yards, listen to this, right? This is a true stat. He led the SFLm in rushing touchdowns, period. Not for quarterbacks, not the period. So a huge congratulations to another face of the SFLm, CJ Haygood.
All right. CJ told me that he was going to make a difference. He told me that
Sure did.
when last time I had
has, yeah.
Indeed. So congratulations to you, CJ. Finally, you seem like you're living up to your own height, you know? So congratulations.
Now we just need that first overall pick.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. And then he's going to be a prophet, and I will fully give all the props there.
Indeed. But before we have one more award to give before we go into other little tidbits about the draft, things of that nature. That's going to be coming up on Tuesday. We have the Best Dressed Award.
Oh, yes.
So which team out here
have the Best Dressed Award?
Yeah.
Which team was out here representing their squad looking good doing it? Now, who would be some nominees before I actually show the winning team? Who would you think would have won this, guys?
For me, personally, I've been a humongous fan of San Diego's uniforms.
Yes.
He does amazing work with those uniforms. I've got to say it. He did fantastic with those uniforms. Like their sunset uniforms. Ugh, please. Please.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it was down to, San Diego's they're very good. I mean, there's 2. I think JW said it. I mean, this is another one where you flip a coin, and I think it's one or the other. They both have great base sets, and then you got the variety, right? It's just, it could go either way, really. Just go ahead and get it over with so we can hear it.
Here we go. Best Dressed Award goes to
the Oregon Waves.
I mean, come on. That uniform is just beautiful. And you know, the story with Keith's talking about, because he's a real coach and player, and me and him talked a good bit before one of our broadcasts, and they had their throwback jerseys to when he used to play, as well as all the other uniforms that they have matched up into their mix. And yeah, like I said, it's one or the other.
All right. All right. Well, this would be a good time because, first of all, congratulations to all of the winners. Congratulations to all the nominees. Special shout out to Eden Lovelace. I see you out here in the chat, lady. You had a fantastic season with the Aces. Mm-hmm. Left-handed quarterback. You can't beat it. you know, I asked Cam, I was like, yo, I didn't even know I could be a left-handed quarterback. I mean, I'm left-handed in real life. Can I go ahead and do it? He was like, you gonna start over? I was like, nope. I guess I'm gonna be right.
Do you want to start over? That's such a Cam question to ask.
It really is.
And I was like, nah, I'm good.
It's such a Cam comeback. I love it.
But I had to give her some props for that because I was watching a few of your games, Eden, and you're definitely going to be a valued asset to a team, you know. And I would love to see you out on the field in the majors someday. All right. But I want to know from you, DJ, before we get to Ellie and all of the draft things, maybe some things that you want to kind of talk about, maybe some common questions that you're getting right now, you can kind of clear up for people. But DJ, I want to know what goes into making your decisions when you get these, when you have a tough task of choosing people to win certain things. What is the forefront of your mind?
So, really, what it comes down to is usually about closer to the end of the regular season. I always message JW and we get started. And last season, we kind of just sat in a VC for like 4 hours with Mark Lopez and kind of just went over everything. And this season, JW kind of, you know, listed everything out because he's a freaking boss. And, you know, he gave nominations for each one. And really, it just, you know, diving into the stats of everything. Very stat oriented because, I mean, you can go back on all of these awards, and maybe the only ones I would, I think would be, you know, up for debate would be ones that don't have to do with anything on the field. Right. Because when it comes to statistic wise, I mean, what it says on paper is what it says, right? There's only so much you can do. So when it comes to that, and when it comes to players getting, you know, awarded for their on the field antics, it's always going to be what the stats say every single time. Right. You know, when it comes to stuff like even the coaching awards and the coordinator awards, right? I mean, Drew had to be the pick, right? Best team in the league, had the best record, best point differential. He had the best squad. That's plain and simple. You look at the young coordinators we had in the league, right? Jesse and Iggy are the two. They both had the same record. One had a better point differential than the other. And when they played, it was a 1-to-1 matchup. But when Boston won, they blew them out. When San Diego won, it was a little bit closer. So, you know, kind of leans into that decision. But yeah, I mean, there's just I'm looking forward to next season. I know Ellie's going to do great stuff. I'm excited for the draft. To get to do that again is going to be a fun experience, and see the panel that we're able to cook up for that. And I'm just excited to see what teams are going to do in the draft because, I mean, I don't even know what we're going to do yet. We still got to wait for the chips to fall. You know what I mean? Who knows? Right? It's like it's all up in the air. Like last season, I had a pretty good idea. But this season, I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, my God, Goose. I'm boycotting next season. Goose.
All right, well.
Go enjoy your team, baby. You fine. You're
going
to be fine. You're going to be fine, okay? We better do it all over again. Eden, the draft will be very, very fun. Yes, it will. Oh, God. Let me see. CJ. Not drafting CJ Haygood. We want another season. Okay. So, CJ, you not declaring a draft no more? You want to go back, do it again?
Oh, he's declared.
He doesn't have it. He does not have a choice.
He don't got a choice.
Yeah, that's something that I think that's something that's been a little bit of a point of contention, as well as like people have been questioning, you know, do I have to declare? How do I get out of this? Well, the short answer is you can't. You cannot get out of it. We do not have enough rookies to allow for people to circumvent the draft. Really, like it boils down to numbers, right? At the end of the day, it's a numbers game. I'm not here trying to tell players, oh, hey, you absolutely can't have another season in the SFLm because I just don't want you to. It's you can't have another season in the SFLm because the numbers are getting crazy. The overalls are getting crazy. The contract prices are getting crazy. We saw it last season coming out of the draft. You had people coming out of that draft with $9 million contracts, $10 million contracts, $7, $8 million contracts. We cannot afford that type of inflation again. We just can't do it. We cannot do it. As much as, you know, I would love to give everyone as lengthy a career as they want, it's just not a feasible outcome. It isn't. So that's not to be mean to anyone. It's not to say, you know, haha, too bad. It is quite literally a numbers game. That is what it boils down to.
Just to kind of clear the air about this too, because I know that this question was kind of circulating too. If a player decides that they get drafted by a team, right, and they say, hey, I don't want to play for this team, what happens? And they refuse to sign their contract. What actually happens?
So that question actually goes above my head because once a player is drafted, they leave the purview of the SFLm and they now become the SFL. That's how that works. As far as my memory is concerned, I believe that they are required to sign that contract with the team that has drafted them for at least a single season, so they can be considered a one-season rental. And then from there, you can move on to whatever team it is that you wanted to go to. Now, this has also been what a lot of people don't realize is that is also mutually beneficial for both the team that is doing the drafting and the draftee. So the team that drafts you gets their signing bonuses. You also get your signing bonuses as well. So it is a mutually beneficial transaction, even if it isn't exactly the place you want to go to. I could be wrong because, again, once the player leaves the pool of the SFLm, it is my hands are off. I don't have anything to do with what goes on with the SFL contracts. It's not my purview, so I cannot presume to speak on it. But if memory serves, that is what happens.
Okay.
And obviously, you know, if they don't want to sign that contract, then, you know, inevitably that is up to the player's discretion as well. We cannot make you play for a team you don't want to play. However, unfortunately, there are rules in place for that. So,
and there could be possible consequences for you not signing the contract and participating. Okay, got it.
Correct.
I think maybe Cam will probably put out a little statement or something. You know, in regards.
That's one of those rare. This is a Cam question moments that I will ever state. You will very rarely hear me say that. Because generally I will try and seek and search the information myself, but that question is in fact a Cam question.
Awesome. Is there any knowledge that you want to drop about the trading? Like, and you put out a whole article about
I did put out a whole article. I'm very sad to say that I don't think a whole lot of people read it, which is a little frustrating for me because I do take time to put that information together and get it out to the community in the hopes that people will read it. And if you don't understand it, come and speak to me like a peer. I'm not that scary. I may be a redhead, but I'm not that scary. I'm not that scary. So how the trading of picks works, right? We provided an example in the article, but the long and short of it is, say someone wants to trade from their pick slot to a pick slot that is above them, right? They need to pay the difference in value of their pick slot in order to swap. So if there is $1 million difference between your pick value and the person you are trying to trade to, you owe that team $1 million from your team bank to be able to facilitate that swap. In saying that as well, that transaction needs to come to me as well. If that transaction does not come across my desk, it's not valid and it won't happen.
So the same
goes with the selling of picks. The same exact thing goes with the selling of picks. If you want to sell your pick to someone to give them a second pick in the draft, that's also acceptable. The selling value is the pick value of the slot plus an additional 50% of that value. So you get 1.5 times, right? You need to ensure that one, you do not have a second pick already because you are not eligible for any more than 2 at a time. And that you have the funds in your team bank. Now, this has been the point of contention for a lot of people. The draft comes before roster lock. So whatever bank bonuses you get from roster lock do not apply to the draft. They don't. So what you have in your team bank right now is what you have to work with. Everything has been laid out on the season 27 draft tracker that we presented the owners with. That gets updated in real time. Every time a transaction happens, it gets updated. Every time a player gets protected, like with the case of Carlos Carter from Philadelphia, it gets updated. The bank situations are all updated as well. There is a live history tracker on the right side of that tracker that you can see what's been moved around where and who to. One of the things that I pride myself on is my transparency. I have never hidden anything this season from anyone. If you want the information, I have it. Just ask. I'm not going to hide it from anyone. So
You're not going to bite them, huh? You're not going to fight them.
No. So hopefully that clarifies some things, because that is how the selling and trading of picks works. The reason for the no more than 2 picks per team, we don't have a lot of players, guys. We don't. We do not have a lot of players. It would be egregiously unfair to allow one team to get 3, 4, 5 picks out of a 1-round draft. If we had multiple rounds, maybe. But the fact of the matter is, at the moment, we do not, because we just don't have the numbers to facilitate more than a single round.
Beautiful. Is there any information that you want to let everyone know about the actual draft happening on Tuesday?
So the draft is happening, I believe, at, I want to say it's 8 p.m. EST on the 23rd. It will be a 1-round draft. There are 21 teams. As of at the moment, there is only one team with multiple picks in the draft. There is only one player that has been protected. There is still some movement going on in the wings. Obviously, I'm not going to divulge what transactions are going on until they have been validated.
Okay.
But there is some movement going on. Owners will need to keep an eye on the draft tracker or the owners chat in the SFL Discord. And if there are any pressing concerns, come and speak to me, preferably before draft day, please. Because draft day is already going to be crazy. I don't want to be fielding 150 questions on draft day, please. Please don't do that to me. It's going to be a fun show. You will obviously see myself there, as we did last season with the season 26 rookie draft. You will also see the ever wonderful DJ Kilgannon as well. And we have some surprise panelists joining us, and we will not divulge those names, so you will just have to find out on the night.
When you watch it, tune in. VFN.
That's it.
Network. Love it. Now, before we end things off, I would love for you to talk to the new crew, because it does seem like a lot of people have joined, like you said, since the what show did you say, DJ, that we saw like an influx of people?
The free agency frenzy. Ever since then, a ton of people have joined. A ton.
Right.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few new names.
What is some helpful advice for them? I would like to hear a little bit from you, DJ, and then from you, Ellie, to kind of get them started, maybe going, getting their footing in the door.
Probably the best piece of advice I can give you, if you're a new up-and-coming SFLm player, is listen to your peers, because the owners, the coaches, the GMs, regardless if you're going to be with them moving forward. Eventually you're going to leave the team. They want what's best for you. They want to win. They're going to build your player well. They're going to build it, and if they're a good coach and owner, which all of our owners and coaches here are, they're going to do what's best for you. If you want to be a certain way, ask them how to do it. Ask them what you should do. Ask for advice. I'm sure they'd be happy to help. We have tons of amazing minds down in the minor leagues that I know would be able to make some crazy builds, and that have made some crazy builds that are now in the SFL dominating. So,
okay,
and be patient. That too.
That's probably one of the number one things right there. Be patient with yourself, patient with your team, patient with your coach, because it may not always fly the way you think it should.
And obviously, the biggest piece of advice is enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it. Get involved with your team. Talk in the locker room. Talk in the SFLm general chat. Talk in the normal general chat too, because as an SFLm player, you do have access to both of those chats. The best advice I think I can give, especially for someone who wants to play a season and come out into the draft being one of those talked about people, talk, get involved, make yourself known. CJ Haygood is a perfect example of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a perfect example of talk a lot, get your name out there, make yourself very obvious and present for people. Don't just hide, because you do yourself no favors doing that, especially if you want to come out as one of those talked about individuals. But yeah, the most important piece of advice is just have a good time, enjoy it.
Love it. Good stuff. If I had to just throw something in there, don't be afraid again to ask questions if you have any troubles in understanding about your position, or if you want them to move or be a certain way. Make sure that you're vocal about it, because closed mouths don't get fed, people. And get involved, especially if you have the time. The SFL is so much more than you just sitting back and watching your player perform on the field. When you're able to help behind the scenes, when you're able to help with broadcasting, when you're able to help maybe be an assistant to Ellie, or and even creating your own podcast for the SFLm. Those little things matter. Those little things help add to your draft stock as well. People will view you as being someone that's going to be there. Players come and go. But when you decide that you want to be deeply involved, even if it's writing an article, because we need people who write articles. If you want to do stats, there is a ton of things for you to do. And fun thing is, you can actually add this on your resume. That's one of the reasons why I got some of the jobs that I had, was because of the things that I do in the league. Right. So get involved. If you don't know, ask Mike, ask Mark Lopez, ask Ron Haynes, who does highlights. You want to learn how to make some great highlights. That's the man you want to talk to. You want some broadcasting advice? Go to DJ. He's literally right there. Go to Mike. So there are people that are willing to help you as long as you ask for it. Again, closed mouths do not get fed. All right? You have something
I will speak for my entire staff when I say that I have one of the best staffs on the planet. They are there to assist you in any way they can. Just ask the questions. Just ask, including myself. Again, I'm not that scary. I might be the commissioner, but I am a human and a player before all else. So if you need help, just ask. Just ask.
That's it. We're here for you. We're all a family, even though we're all on different teams. You can still be on the family and not be on the same team. So, DJ, any parting words for you, brother?
Well, none in particular. Like I said, I'm just excited to do it all over again next season. If anyone watching is going to be in Denver, be excited to see you then. If you have an issue with my selections, shoot me a DM. We'll talk about it.
But don't be too hard on them, y'all. Like I used to do this when like many moons ago.
No, it's okay. Be hard on me because you'll just get that same energy back. It's okay.
Yeah.
If you want to
See?
come in, hey, you want to come in hateful? I'm gonna be hateful.
See?
You give me the energy you want to get given. That's my rules.
I love it, man. Well, guys, congratulations again to all the winners and all of the competitors in the SFLm for season 12. You made your mark. Go into the SFL and go into the SFL and be great in there. Or if you're going back to the SFLm, continue to pad your stats, continue to ask questions, and continue on your reign of greatness there too. Thank you for all the contributions to the SFLm this season and for helping make the league and the community stronger. Ellie, DJ, the SFLm and JW, Josh, I'm trying to remember everybody on your staff. Shout outs to
Alex, Dakota, Michaela. I could list them all. There's so many of them.
Would you? While we're here, list them all so we can all give them their flowers.
So, a humongous thank you also to my deputy commissioner, JW. I've got my head of production, Alex West. I've got my head of broadcasting right here with me, Mr. DJ Kilgannon. Thank you very much again for all you do, sir.
Of course.
I have my graphical staff, my media staff, which consists of Swole Williams, one of the most recognizable names in this community. Thank you again, sir. The award graphics look fantastic, and everything you do is always top-notch. I also have my lovely marketing advisors, Michaela Foraker. I've got my outreach team, which are the Swifts, Marco and Jaden. I've also got some help from Dakota West with all the graphical making as well. So I've got a humongous team. And I cannot forget Mark Lopez with my stats and data. I cannot forget you because you have made this process so much more streamlined, so much easier to deal with. And also a massive thank you to Mike Daggs for stepping up and helping with stats as well. That man is an absolute legend and a treasure to this community. And I'm very, very grateful to have them on board.
Mm-hmm.
And one last person I
Good
need
stuff,
to thank
everybody.
as well.
Good stuff. Who's that?
I need to thank you.
You
Beautiful, absolutely wonderful human being for not only hosting us constantly, but for also everything that you do. And a humongous congratulations on your 400th show.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate it. This is probably gonna be one of the ways I celebrated, but I am glad that things worked out because I do these shows for the community. And what better way to celebrate a milestone like that than to be a part of something that you guys are building. So I appreciate that. And I love you guys.
Absolutely.
I love you
too.
Okay, everybody. I'm gonna start crying. I better stop. Okay. Everybody, put your goodbyes in the final thoughts in the chat. I'll be happy to run them across the screen as the final song plays. Next time we'll see you guys on screen will be on Tuesday, so we're looking forward to that. And again, guys, have any questions, reach out to Ellie, reach out to DJ, reach out to me. I may not know, but I'll send you where you need to go. I promise you. Everybody, have a fantastic evening. And trying to figure out something what we're going to do. Yeah, something kind of chill. Everyone, have a fantastic evening. Next week, y'all stay safe. Treat each other well. For Ellie, DJ, Striker, we are off. Love you guys.